Hello everyone. Although Visual Kei is mostly associated with rock, metal and punk bands, it does have a fair share of electronic music artists. Among the most popular electronic Visual Kei acts is Velvet Eden. If you are a part of the Visual Kei fandom, you've definitely heard of them or have probably seen their pictures. They were definitely a great band that made lots of great music, yet they never reached mainstream success. Some new fans consider it hard to find information about the band and its history. From what I've seen, there is no website that would provide a comprehensive history of the band. Bits of Velvet Eden's history can be found on many fan sites, some of which are in languages other than English. So this video, which a lot of you, the viewers, requested in the past, will be a brief look on the most important information about the band, as well as its most notable members, especially one member, who over the years managed to develop quite a bad reputation within the fandom. Without further ado, thank you to Haitani, Mumblehoney, Remilia, Big Body Igor and Canary Casey for supporting me on Patreon, and let's get into the video. The band was formed in November 1998 by vocalist Dada and keyboardist Kalm. Dada, whose real name is Yusuke Goto, was born on June 15, 1970 in Kansai, southern Japan. He had hopes of working as a painter, however, he gave up on this dream of his and chose to pursue a career in music instead. The first band he was in was E-Tip, started in January 1995 according to VKG. By him as the vocalist and his friend Shin as the guitarist and keyboardist. They released 5 demo tapes before disbanded in 1996. Dada moved to Tokyo, where he started to attend and participate in drag queen events, making him, as far as I'm aware, the only Visual Kei musician known to be a drag queen. According to some reports, Dada has said that he had to sell himself as a prostitute to afford living in Tokyo. Dada joined Pride of Mind as a replacement for the band's previous vocalist, Masaki Haruna, who would later become a vocalist of Malice Miser under the stage name Klaha. Dada recorded one song with Pride of Mind, I Want You All Deep Red Mix. Shortly after the release of the demo tape containing the song, Dada quit Pride of Mind and the group disbanded. According to Dada, Fukuyama, the founding member of Pride of Mind, wanted a vocalist who would sound more similar to Klaha. In 2011, Dada wrote about his early music career on his blog, translated by Flowers of Night of the Scape forums. Back in the day, when I was 20 or thereabouts, my dream of becoming a painter wasn't meeting with much success. I gave up on becoming a painter and thought, why don't I change my ways? And for some reason I thought, why not start a band? Since I liked Depeche Mode and Soft Ballet, that's the kind of band I joined. The band was E-Tip. It was a two-man unit consisting of myself and Shin. The band quickly became popular. A big label made us an offer. They offered us a sweet deal, but I had my doubts about this label. Though I was worried, as it turned out in the end, it ceased activities. After that, I heard that Shin joined that label and got cheated by them. Then he totally disappeared. Through a friend, I was introduced to Pride of Mind's Fukuyama. I became the second generation vocalist for the band. Around then, I moved from the old hometown into Tokyo. I went to Harajuku all the time. This was back during the first VK boom. So Harajuku's Takeshita Dori was full of nothing but VK cosplayers. No one wore normal clothes. It was a really awesome scene. I made a lot of friends there. Everyone was really cool. Meanwhile, my vocal training for Pride of Mind continued. But Fukuyama and I had different thoughts. His ideal was Masaki. We only made one demo tape, then I gave up being in Pride of Mind. Kalm, real name Yamada Koji, was born on October 4, 1972 in Yokohama, central Japan. In the mid-1990s he started a solo project named Kalmia. Not much is known about him. In 1987 he teamed up with Fuji Masahide and they went on a small tour to promote Kalmia's demo tape. The project paused activities after releasing a demo on July 31st, 1998. Then after Velvet Eden, Kalm would revive the solo project. There apparently are two different stories of how Velvet Eden became a thing. Either Kalm gave Dada a copy of Kalmia's demo tape and Dada liked it, or simply Dada and Kalm were friends and decided to form a band together. And so, as I've said before, the two formed Velvet Eden in November 1998. According to a Velvet Eden fan site Buried Alive, a very great source of information for this video, the lyrics to Velvet Eden songs center around stories that Dada has written based on experiences from his life. Quote, "The songs tell a strange story of a doll, a dead dude, Madame Tarantula, a prostitute, Alice, and a fortune teller, with other characters scattered here and there. Towards the end they lost their focus though as everyone dies." There were several theories of where the name Velvet Eden came from. Some attributed its origin to an underground fetish event in London bearing that same name. Others said it was a title of a pornographic book which was banned in France in the 1930s. I was not able to confirm the existence of the book, nor the fetish event. There is a French erotic novel, Eden, 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 written by Pierre Guyatat in 1970. Which was partially banned in France in the 70s and 80s, but the name is not Velvet Eden and is from 1970, not the 1930s. The only thing I managed to find is that Velvet Eden is the title of a book written by Richard Merkin and Bruce McCall in 1979, which showcases a collection of amateur black and white erotic photography. I think maybe somebody, purposefully or not, confused the books Eden, Eden, Eden and Velvet Eden, and that's where the banned French book theory came from. Regardless of whether the fetish event or the French book truly existed or not, Dada claimed to have no knowledge of them, and he simply liked how Velvet Eden sounds. In 1999, the band released a couple of self-produced demo tapes via their own label named Arachne, gaining a lot of attention in the underground music scene.
このアルバムについて、メンバーの2人から、ジャケットの裏の写真 があるんですけど、これは本人じゃなくて自分が作った等身大の自分たちの人形なんですよ。気づいたと言いますか。きついというか、小さくてはありますね。本当まだ歯車が合ってないようですけどね。頑張って白目を向いたわけではない。なるほど。これはいつも作品作るときには、作詞作曲とか担当があるとは思うんですけれど、かなりこう、二人でディスカッションなんですか、構想でって。いや、全然ディスカッションってないんですよね。
That same year, they signed with Castle Records and released their first studio album, Ningyo-shukan, in December. In March 2000, Velvet Eden released a music video for their song Sad Mask. Later that month, Kalm left the band together with their support guitarist Sayuki. After May 2000, when Velvet Eden released an EP titled Street of Alice featuring their most popular song La Fan, the band's sound changed from a dark wave influenced one to a gothic rock inspired one, as VKG puts it. Dada recruited guitarist Masahiro, bassist Ryo, keyboardist Hora, and drummer Abex, also known as Abe. It was said that Velvet Eden's popularity within the visual kei scene plummeted after Kalm left the band, which led to them being dropped by Castle Records. In the next few years, the band went through several lineup changes. Hora would later became known for forming the duo Schwarzstein together with Kaya, now famous for his solo career. In July 2002, there was a fallout between Dada and other members at the time, Bera, Mimi and Lem, and Dada chose not to show up to the band's scheduled performances. According to Dada, he did not attend those live shows because he got an ear injury, and he called the other members unprofessional. The three other members decided to recruit a new vocalist named Reina and rebranded under the name The Velvet in October 2002. October 13th, 2002 is considered to be the date that Velvet Eden initially disbanded. The Velvet remained active until 2005, then they came back in 2008 and were active until 2020. In 2004, Dada became associated with a gothic Lolita fashion brand named Arachnophobia. The details of how he was associated with them aren't clear, People on the internet have made some conflicting reports on this. Some believe he was the brand's owner, while others say he just modeled for it on some occasions. In July 2010, Dada decided to revive Velvet Eden as a dark wave band again. He recruited violinist Achi, and dancers Lily and Yuri Kago. Velvet Eden's revival was met with great interest, and the band went on a tour in Russia. Following it, multiple lineup changes occurred again. They released the Witch in Flames mini-album in 2011, a best-of album Double 12 in 2014, and another EP, Blanque Noir, in 2015.
はい、皆様、ごきげんよう、ベルベットエデンでございます。この度ですね、我々の、15年ぶりとなるアルバムが、リリースされます。タイトルは
ダブル12です。
よく言えましたね。はい。まあ、大変、内容的には盛りだくさんになっております。僕らの、もう今持てるすべての力を使いましたね。
そうですね、今絞りかすみたいなの言ってました。はい、終わった後。
まあそんな感じで非常に濃縮された、濃ゆい CD になっております。
Velvet Eden disbanded again after a live show on March 12, 2016. But a month later they released an EP titled Requiem. In 2012, Dada claimed that a revival of Pride of Mind is coming, but that never happened. Dada's new fashion brand, Komachi 2266531 Dark Lolita, which I will call Komachi from now on, made its debut in summer of 2016 at the Los Angeles Anime Expo. Dynamite Tommy of the Visual Kei band Color was involved in the brand's foundation. Quoting an Anime Expo article about the brand, Komachi was created in 2015 with a goal of bringing gothic and Lolita-inspired fashion from Japan to plus-size women and girls in the West. After seeing the lack of options for plus-size women when it comes to Japanese niche fashion in particular, we decided it was time for a change. One of the biggest goals of Komachi is to allow plus-size women to express themselves through their clothing and portray their personality without being limited by size. Currently, Komachi is focused on designing dark Lolita-inspired dresses with a heavy gothic aesthetic. All the clothing is designed and manufactured in Japan, and the brand endeavors to create both gorgeous statement pieces as well as everyday wear. The designer of Komachi's debut line is Dada, the former vocalist of the Visual Kei band Velvet Eden. His experience in the musical genre gives him a unique eye for gothic fashion, and he brings a wonderful dark feeling to all of Komachi's designs. Now I think would be a good moment to start discussing some controversies and allegations that arose around Mana in the past few years. I will not get into every single rumor about him since there's so many of them and some are just hearsay. Keep in mind that these are allegations. I am not saying that any of this is true. Please take this with a grain of salt. I went into this without any prejudice towards Dada, wanted to remain as neutral as possible. I will be only showing you what other people have said about these rumors. I'll try to present both sides of the argument, reading posts from both Dada accusers and Dada defenders. If you want to present your point of view on any of this, I am sure you will do so in the comments down below, as some of you have done when I've talked about Dada in the past. However, please do not be mean or harass any of the people involved in this. Also, I am not trying to cancel Dada or whatever. This is not an attempt at cancellation. I mean, he is not active in the music scene anymore, and his fashion career is also pretty dead, I think. I don't even know if any of his social media sites are still active. Anyway, he already managed to alienate most of his fan base, and it seems that he had a falling out with most of his friends and acquaintances in the music scene. Anyway, if you've watched my past videos in which I've briefly mentioned Dada, you know which side of the argument I'm on. I don't think we should dismiss any of the allegations just because the proof is not good enough or whatever. I saw one person saying that all the allegations are just a product of overseas fans obsessed with cancel culture or whatever, which I think was just so disingenuous and very disrespectful to all the people who came forward with the stories about Dada. So, I guess what I'm saying is, don't take everything as facts, but please keep an open mind. Starting with a pretty tame thing. I don't think this will surprise anyone, but Dada is a bit of an attention-seeking person. Back a few years ago, he would post about being done with the Dada persona every now and then. He was probably just sympathy baiting. I really like this one post of his from Facebook, I think. But I'm tired at music and fashion business. There are a lot of enemy. Model car always heal me, with this picture of a cute little car. On literally every single Velvet Eden fan site you can find a mention that Dada and Mana of Malice Miser used to be friends, but they had a falling out. They were friends in Malice Miser's early gagged era. Dada even attended a Mana and Koji birthday fan club event in 1997. There is a video of Dada singing some songs during that event.
そしてマナ様は妖怪人間ベラに変身。失礼ながら似てます。
やはりファンゲ
But at some point it does appear that they had a falling out. Rumors of the supposed beef between Dada and Mana date all the way back to the early 2000s. It's usually said that either Dada was annoying and Mana decided to cut ties with him, or Dada became very bitter because Arachnophobia, the gothic Lolita clothing brand he was associated with, was overshadowed by Mana's brand, Mana Moitié. According to Lily, who you might remember from my recent videos about Mana, the beef is exactly about the fashion brands, but not exactly between Mana and Dada, but between their fans. Also, some of Dada's designs were suspiciously similar to Mana's designs. It's said that Mana cut contact with Dada and hasn't mentioned his name since. Mana fans in Japan made it a rule to not attend Velvet Eden concerts after the band's revival, or at least not wear anything Mana related while attending events with Dada. They also put up a rule to not talk about Mana to Dada, or of Dada to Mana. Also, according to Lily, Dada seems to block people who have Mana as their profile pictures on social media. Allegedly, Dada gossips about Mana to random people he messages on Facebook, saying stuff like Mana likes ugly girls. However, in the comments of my new Mana Iceberg video, someone pointed out that Dada has respectfully spoken about Mana on Twitter. I would love to verify this, but I have no idea what his Twitter is. I've seen like 3 or 4 different usernames being passed around and all of them lead to a page saying this account doesn't exist. I think he keeps removing his accounts for some reason. The comment also claims that the two drifted apart not because of any beef between them, but because Dada focused on working as a graphic designer. I'll be honest, I did not find any actual proof of screenshots of Dada being fatphobic. If they existed, they might have gotten lost over the years on the internet. Him being fatphobic would be weird, considering he made plus-size oriented clothes, but you never know with Dada. One thing you hear all the time about Dada is that he is weird towards young girls. While making this video, I found so many women saying Dada messaged them when they were underage. Despite this, some people believe that he does not talk to minors. Some say he does do it, but he never talks about anything sexual. Even if that's true, and the conversations are never explicit, I think that's still creepy. I mean, dude is like 50 something, what the hell is he doing messaging minors on the internet?
Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake and then go back home. There was, nothing that was going to be sexual involved, because I'm not like that,
He allegedly even goes as far as to develop friendly relationships with them, which is kinda insane. Some Velvet Eden lyrics also don't help his case, I think. There is a TikTok account, VKElsa8, which allegedly had proof of Dada being creepy towards an underage girl. However, the TikTok video was apparently removed and the profile was made private. For part 2 of the disturbing visual kei incidents iceberg, Infectical sent follow requests to them, but they weren't accepted. There was also one more TikTok account, apparently 777 Blythe, but when I looked it up it said the account doesn't exist, but I don't know, I kinda suck at using TikTok. One Reddit user described their experience with Dada when they were 16. Most of our conversations and even the contact were started by him. He told me that I'm the most important person for him, more than anyone else. I never told him such a thing. I deleted my socials because of all the struggles and what I later find out, and he reached out to me almost a year later again on X. On Reddit I found 2 screenshots of a TikTok video showing Dada's alleged conversations with an underage girl, and well, take a look for yourselves. In 2022, ChangeVK on Twitter made a list of weird things Dada has done, including abusing and preying on young women. Flowers of Night's commentary of the Twitter thread says that, quote, "There is at least one confirmed case of him going after an underage girl, unsuccessfully." The claim that Dada did in fact go after an underage girl at some point was corroborated by Faith, the author of the Buried Alive fansite of Velvet Eden, who also said that Japanese fanbase knows to avoid Dada. Faith also recalled a story of how Dada drove from Tokyo to Osaka to meet with an underage girl he was talking to via email, only to drink all her grape juice or something. But remember, this story is only alleged. Another common Dada rumor is that he is abusive towards women. This was also corroborated by Faith, who knew people that were hurt by Dada. Cantavanda mentioned that he knew a girl who modeled for Dada's fashion brand who publicly accused him of giving her an STD. However, that girl was later exposed for being a manipulator and making up lies about people. Allegedly, Dada tries to recruit foreign girls to come to Japan for whatever reason. Some say he just wanted to meet them, some say he wanted them to model for his brands. But also others claim that this is made up. But I think the number of people saying Dada invited them to visit him when they were underage is too big to dismiss. One Reddit user commented, "About the pedo behavior, I have heard that sometimes, but I only have heard that he has acted suspiciously, but that he has never abused or raped anyone. We call having encounters with some fans suspicious behavior. You can read about that on Scape forums, but they said that he was never out of place, on the contrary, he was polite. I myself used to talk to him on Facebook when I was a minor, and he was quite friendly and made an effort to communicate through a translator. At the time Velvet Eden came back in 2010, he was dating a foreign fan named Menochi, who collaborated with Illustrations on the single Witch on Flames, and although they had an age gap, she was not underage, and they broke up, but there was no drama about it. I have heard that he offered more than he fulfilled when he offered modeling jobs, but it was at the US fashion show. Never seen any accusation on Japan. But do you know about Kabukicho incident? Look it up." I've seen like a few of these ominous mentions of the Kabukicho incident and I tried looking it up, but I was not able to find out what it means. That person also said that during Velvet Eden's Russia tour, Dada had a panic attack while recording moaning and screaming for the new version of Sad Mask, and he got in trouble with the police, and then on stage he was seen, quote, "making his fans touch him on stage and dancing with one that has no t-shirt on." People often claim that Dada hates his overseas fans. He actually doesn't, I guess. He did go off about Canadians at some point though. According to Lily Cyclopchild of the Scape forums, quote, There was one Canadian fan who drew porn about Dada and other band members like Kalm, even Mana and a lot of others. Dada found out about it, saw it, and so he messaged another fan who was friends with the Dojin fan, and they got mad at Mana instead of apologizing for making hentai about him. Dada said he was uncomfortable about it, and the artist put that on the blog where she posted all that stuff just to mock him. Also, by the way, allegedly, when someone on Facebook said something mean to Dada, he would start insulting their country of origin. I bet Dada would be talking much shit in Call of Duty lobbies. Actually, on Reddit there is a comment left by a person who was involved in the Canada situation, allegedly. And their story is a little different. Dada from Velvet Eden hates Canadians because of me and my friends. All three of us were Facebook friends with him, and one of them, a huge Mana fan, made a meme about Dada ripping off Mana's look. It was obviously a shitpost, and my two friends were joking about Dada versus Mana and what crazy stuff Dada's been up to these years, and then I came in and also very obviously fucking around Team Dada and acting real goofy about it. This was all on our friend's wall, we did not consider Dada seeing this shit at all. And then soon we noticed an influx of posts from Dada talking about evil mean Canadians making fun of him. I also noticed I got a hard react from Dada from every single comment I made gassing him up. And my other two friends were straight up blocked by him. The kicker, none of us are even Canadian and we don't really know where he got the Canadian part of it all. For the last one, this is something that even Dada defenders agree on. He doesn't like Chinese people. Like, he really does not like them. And some other countries too probably, but China specifically. After the 2020 elections in the United States, when Biden defeated Trump, Dada posted this. He also said that Facebook is China's propaganda tool. Some people point out that disliking China and Chinese people is pretty common for Japanese men around Dada's age. And yeah, it probably is. But I don't think this excuses it, you know. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it despite all the disgusting things I had to talk about in the allegations part. As I've said, even if some stuff people say about Dada is exaggerated, we should not dismiss any of those serious allegations. Once again, thank you to Haitani, Mumble Honey, Remilia, Big Body Igor and Canary Casey for supporting me on Patreon. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.